There's a UK historian, a brother by the name of Robin Walker, and he's paying attention to what's been the delineation movement here in America. And he wants to touch on it because he also understands why people are delineating from, different immigrants that come from the continent or come from the Caribbean or Latin America. Let's listen to his explanation.
Get it. I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. This is what it is. There were too many black people from outside Africa, from outside America, going to America and playing the arse. And what it is African Americans spotted this and spotted that there's a consistent pattern. Black Caribbeans, black people from Africa going to America and being the arse. And what the FBA agenda is putting up a wall and saying, no, you guys can't be a part of this if you're going to be on that, raccoon train.
When you say playing the arse, what? Because from what I know, a lot of Africans, a lot of Caribbeans who go there, academically, they're surpassing them. And also business-wise, they're surpassing them. So who was playing the arse?
When they then use that to say, well, that means that you African Americans are lazy. Do you see? Yes. And then being on some right-wing conservatism, let's throw African Americans under the bus.
That is true.
Let's pretend that Jim Crow didn't happen, redlining didn't happen, breaking up of African American business districts, breaking up of African American families, the COINTELPRO didn't happen, the Iran Contras and then moving drugs into the black community didn't happen. Yeah, and there's a whole list of things continuing right up until now that the American government has done to African Americans. And so for those black people recently arrived from outside America, you all didn't face any of that. So of course you're going to be doing better than African Americans, duh.
Yeah.
But what's happening is a lot of the people outside Black America don't respect that. And so while I'm not about division, I can't pretend to not know why Tariq Nasheed said that.
Yeah. See, it's right there with that other brother said about, well, we're doing better, or immigrants are doing better. And that brother explained it very well. Yeah, you can easily do better because they're not doing COINTELPRO to y'all. They're not trying to break up y'all family. They're not putting drugs in the African communities or the Caribbean communities. They're not doing that purposely. You didn't experience a Joe Biden 1994 crime bill. You didn't experience the Klan. You didn't experience redlining. You didn't experience your churches being bombed and segregation and Jim Crow and chattel slavery. You didn't experience none of that in this country. You haven't. Now, some of you still get economically sabotaged just because you realize it later how, this country sabotaged you, how you have to work so hard, and yet people who's lighter skinned than you, they're getting more, outreach money, etc., right? But anyway, but check this out. So this is the question I have here. Why do you think, even after all of what I explained, you're doing better? Every that time I look up, I know so many Black Americans that have businesses or very high-paying jobs. You act like every last one of y'all come over here and be a success story. Bruh, a lot of y'all coming over here and working working-class jobs, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't be trying to put a narrative that every last one of y'all come here, you are just some big Fortune 500. I don't see a bunch of y'all in the Forbes list of the top richest Black folk in this country. I'm just saying, it's still dominated by Black Americans. So what are you talking about? Y'all sitting up here and you're being happy about what you've done in another country, but shouldn't you feel a certain kind of way that you couldn't do that back home? Oh, I went to America and I'm so successful. And yet you don't take what you got out of America and bring it back to your homeland so you can be a success there and build something there. A lot of them don't, you tell them you're gonna go back to your homeland, I ain't going back over there. Forget that place, you don't even wanna go back. For no reason. Have no connection at all. You got comfortable in America, you ain't going nowhere. A lot of you don't even go visit. Some do, but a lot of them don't even visit or never even been there. Like, yeah, my family from there, but I ain't going over there. I'm staying right here. You understand what I'm saying? So no, not every last one of you are so-called successful. And let's call it what it is. What you so-called successful doing, I always like to ask people what you define as success. Because every person may have a different thought process. Because let's call it what it is. Some of these countries they come from, having lights 24/7 is success. Having running water constantly is success. I'm just keeping it 100. And so from some countries, not all, but some, having, gainful employment is success. You know what I'm saying? People make jokes about the Uber thing, but hey, Uber and taxi and having those jobs readily available, you can be a success from that too, if you work hard enough at it. And I get it. They come in here and they hungry. I get it. I respect the hustle. If anybody respect hustle, it's me. I want you to get it. But you don't have to, put like this, you don't have to disrespect Black Americans when you just working hard and trying to feed your family. Just like I don't have to disrespect nobody and I'm trying to work hard and feed mine. That's stupid. Instead of trying to feel like I'm so much better, remember, you can never say you're so much better because you ran from your homeland. You can't say you're better. Now, if you was in your country doing it, and even if you are in your country doing it, that's a pompous attitude, and that's pride. And you know the statement, about pride, it comes before what? A fall. So don't get too brand new, because you don't know America like that. Most of you don't. Some of you found out though, and you constantly find out how America really is. Even the African immigrants have found out how the immigrants from Latin America was getting all this set-asides and jobs, but the African immigrants wasn't getting nothing. They found out real quick how America is. If you are this, you at the bottom. The other groups, they are buffer classes. That's why they were protesting in New York that day about not getting access to anything, because you're Black. And you found that out the hard way. Even with the so-called Black mayor, old Eric Adams, police himself. But that's why delineation happened. That's why it happened. People separating themselves. And so Black Americans started doing it. And now all of a sudden everybody calling foul. You should have came in here on some Pan-African unity, right? But that's not what they wanted to do on top of that. So, hey, you brought tribalism, and now I guess it's here in America to a point. And yeah, like my grandfather used to say, you're going to have to get a taste of your own medicine now.